Welcome, Everfriends, to another Evermore update and recap. Starting at the beginning of the night, Ollie put together a party for Kyra in the tavern, a bachelorette party. Everyone celebrated there. Imelda gave her a gift of a necklace that was made from a chain, where she took one chain and made two necklaces out of it, one for herself and one for Kyra. At the Hunter's Hovel, Jasper celebrated with all of his friends for his stag party. We learned that Miri will also be leaving to Aurora to help Ulfdraat and Ulfinia recover their son. Gimli as well spoke with Ulfdraat, and they came to an understanding. She told him that she knew where his son was and would be able to lead them to him. The Elves of Light confessed to the knights that it was in fact they who had killed Svanleifr. And they gave their reasons, as far as I can tell, in secret to the knights, and a town meeting was later held to decide what to do about Svanleifr, between the things that the Elves of Light had told the knights, as well as his attack against Ulfdraat the week before, freezing him from the inside out. We met a darling new lamb named Salt. Apparently he was about 6 days old on his first visit to Evermore Park. At the town council, it was decided that Svani indeed did need to be arrested, and the town made plans about how to do that.
Sora and Dash and his allies.
The target is Svanleifr.
Caution. No one make any sudden movements. I don't want to see what can happen if he fully unleashes what he's capable of.
Bastian went to Svani and Sylvie and tried to make a last effort to explain to them that they didn't need to rely on Italessa, that they were being deceived and used. Sylvie argued that she couldn't leave the person who had saved them.
She's the one that brought us together. If you say you love us that much, why don't you come back?
He might have brought us together, but it was for a nefarious purpose, Sylvie, and now I see it. Open your eyes and see it too, and come with me. And the four of us together, we can, united, we are far more powerful than she is.
We were happy. We were happy together before we ever came to this town, and now I'm understanding.
And we can still be happy. Come with me. Leave her.
Sylvie spoke about what had happened to them since they came to the town of Evermore and how it has torn them apart.
To this town.
You insist on relying
And they
on understanding you
insult
had
me,
before.
they insult me, they insult my family, they insult my mother, they tried to tear us all apart.
We must decide.
I see what this town
There
wants.
is not much time.
We are being torn apart now. Don't let it happen. Can't you see what is happening now?
There was a moment that I found particularly chilling, which was when Sylvie seemed distraught. Svani said, Italessa will make it all right. And this sort of manic look entered her eyes, and she said, yes, Italessa will make it all right.
Italessa will make it right.
So we'll make nothing right. We won't make anything right. What will make anything right is if you two go peacefully and
Italessa
talk
will
with
make
them.
it right.
Please. Please, I don't want any harm done to you, Sylvie.
And I appreciate that, Bastian.
Bastian warned them that the town was coming for them, but rather than run, they stood there, and as everyone approached...
First they take my sister. And now they take my brother. And here they say they come to take Svani. No more. You've made a decision, Bastian. Make way for the one to reach that!
Svani began to sing a song that froze everyone where they stood, including his brother Bastian. Sylvie went through the crowd making a speech as they all stood helpless.
You think you can call me weak? I come to this town, and you tear my family apart, and now you think that your weapons will do anything? You say I do nothing, but you have seen nothing!
Speaking to Ollie of how he could have been so much more and kissing him on the cheek. And to Kyra, telling her to prove that she had a soul worth stealing, unlike the rest of her family. The two of them left humming the Wintertail's song. Each of the frozen Everfolk could move slightly, breathing and blinking, but they couldn't make any large movements. Fortunately, one person had sensed this freeze coming, Imelda, and she was able to, she had enough power to save 2 people from being affected by the spell. She chose Jakul and Ginley to be saved. They went to the ruins, and Jakul used his magic to unfreeze Wen, and then he collapsed because that had used all of the energy that he had. As Wen was revived, she had everyone search for red and silver ribbons that could be imbued with magic and could unfreeze everyone. She used a combination of these and moon water to put people in groups of 3, someone with the red ribbon, someone with the silver ribbon, and a coven member. And they each went out to everyone frozen in the town. And this was not just the area. I was standing by the ruins. I thought this was just by the ruins. But this was the entire town, the tavern, anywhere that, What is interesting to note is that Ginley is actually one of the ones that helped to unfreeze Ulfdrot. So they tied these ribbons to each of the frozen people, and they were able to move again and move towards the fires because they were still very cold and trying to warm up. Imelda, who was already so drained before this had happened, grew even more ill after her frozen state. The Trippleries, or the Scholars, their bodies were not made to last long, and so they started to die out. Frank was the last surviving one, and he was still alive at this point. Thanks very much for joining me for another update, and we'll see you next time.